Hi there and welcome to the October 2021 product update for iplicit. In today's video we're going to take a look at how to check your version, where to find your release notes, and take a brief look at some of the new features and enhancements. To find out what version you're on, head over to the Pulse and the version number will be displayed at the bottom of your screen. To find this month's release notes, as well as the prior month's release notes, head over to the iplicit Support Centre. So now let's take a look at some of the highlights for the October 2021 release. The first item that we're going to take a look at today is the introduction of multi-factor authentication. We also have the improvements to the login screen, which includes biometric login for the mobile applications, which enables face and fingerprint recognition. We will then take a look at the enhancements made to budgets and how you can now export, update and import your forecasts using Excel. Next we will take a look at the new features within timesheets. You now have the ability to copy your timesheets as well as place time logged on hold for invoicing or stop the system from invoicing the line completely. We're then going to take a look at the new tree views that are available across the system. Lastly, we'll take a look at the new analytical report enhancements. So first we're going to take a look at the multi-factor authentication. As well as giving our login screens a new facelift, you can now enable MFA for users on the system. Once this has been enabled, the user will get the option when logging in for the first time to set up one of the MFA types. This can be email, SMS, or by using the authentication app. A code will then be issued via the method selected for them to log on. They have the ability to store the device authentication for 30 days, as well as add or update other methods by going to their security settings. From these settings they can also see what devices have been authenticated, as well as delete any stored authentications, and they can also view their sign-in history, which now includes the geographic location. We also have the introduction to the biometric login for our mobile applications, meaning that you can now log in using your face or fingerprint recognition. Now we're going to take a look at the improvements to the budget forecasts. When we go to our budget forecast, we now have the option to import and export. This allows us to export the existing forecast which may have just been set up and therefore empty, update it in Excel and then import it back into the system. We have the option to merge values as well as replace values already in the system. We also have the ability to view the changes on screen before submitting. Next, we're going to take a look at the new features on timesheets. When entering a timesheet, you will now see a new icon on the top right of each day's entry. Here you can mark the item to be invoiced, mark it as already invoiced, place the item on hold and also mark the item to not be invoiced at all. You can now also copy your timesheet to another date, which gives you the option to also copy values. In addition to these improvements, we have now added the ability on the timesheet products to set the price against the resource group, which makes setting up cost per person or team a lot quicker. We're now going to take a look at the enhancements around the system with various tree views. If we take a look at the chart of accounts as an example, we can now select the tree view and see the chart of accounts at each level of the tree, starting at profit and loss and balance sheet, all the way down to each GL code using the level indicator. Another area of the system where the tree view can be really useful is projects, especially if you have parent projects set up with various projects sitting within those parents. And finally, we're going to take a look at the improvements to the analytic inquiries. So let's take a look at the P&L standard inquiry. Here you can see that I do not have totals for each chart of account group. To add in the totals, I can simply go over to the settings cog and select totals at the bottom, and these will now appear. In addition to this, as standard, the inquiry does not show your chart of account codes that have no values. By selecting the ellipsis next to the tree being used, I can now select either Show Treat Items with no data or Show Non-Tree Items, and all of the chart account codes will now appear even if the values are blank or the codes do not sit within a group. So let's recap what we've just seen. We've seen the new MFA features, the improvements to the budgets with a much quicker way of populating the forecast using Excel. We've seen the features added to the timesheets as well as timesheet products, the new easy-to-use tree views across the system, as well as some enhancements to the analytical inquiries. Thank you for watching the product update for October 2021. If you would like to know more, please do not hesitate to contact our support team with any questions or queries. We do offer some online bite-sized training courses for any users who would like to learn more about the system, including some of the new features that you've seen today. Our email address is support@iplicit.com. Thank you for watching.